Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my match on WWE 2K25. Today we're back with some tag team action representing WWF. We have got the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika. Representing WCW, we have got the Russians, Ivan and Nikita Koloff. And for ECW, we've got the FBI, Little Guido and Tony Mamaluke. So this should be a good match, this one. I mean, Afa and Sika are doing pretty damn well in the tag team rankings, if my memory serves me correctly. Yes, they're up in 14th position with +5 after 8 matches. We haven't seen them wrestle since 2023. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll look at the pictures beforehand, and I believe you've got Afa on the left and Sika on the right. Yes, Afa has got more of a goatee. Sika is just the mustache, I believe. Yeah, we'll figure out what goes on. That's what I'm going to go with. Afa on the left, Sika on the right there. It's difficult when the picture on the render is different to what they look like in game, but it is what it is. That's fine. Next up then, we have got the Russians. Have we used these guys as a tag team in the past? I'm sure we must have done. No, we haven't. We've got Nikita Koloff and the Iron Sheik. We haven't actually used the Russians as a tag team, so let's get them added onto the ranking system. So you've got Nikita Koloff is the one without the beard, and Ivan is the one with, if that helps. Nikita Koloff. And then you've got Ivan Koloff. And they are the Russians. So this is a debut in the tag team division for this team. A useful team, especially in old school wrestling, just to have that sort of heel tag team that obviously people could hate on. That's exactly how it worked back in the olden days, wasn't it? You have the anti-American heel foreigners versus the all-American face heroes. And that's how it used to work. And then finally then we have got the FBI, Tony Mamaluke and Little Guido. These guys must have been used before. Little Guido and Tony Mamaluke. They've had 2 matches back in 2021 and they lost them both. So this is a big opportunity for these guys to start to elevate themselves in the direction they believe they should be in. I do think they are very much the underdogs to this one, though. I do fancy the Wild Samoans to win this one. I think these guys are probably going to get thrown about a bit by the other 4 bigger opponents, but let's see what happens here. So, of course, in this match, it is our standard triple threat tag team elimination rules. So, the last man or team standing will be the victor for their team. And to be eliminated, both members of the team have to be pinned or submitted. So effectively, you could be the first person eliminated, but still go on to win the match. Because your tag team partner goes on to be the last person standing. It is possible for that to happen. And then in terms of ranking points, the winning team will receive 3 points in the tag team rankings. Of course, the 2 losing teams will receive -1 in the tag team rankings. And in the singles division, the winning team will get a 1 point each, and the 4 losers will get -1 point each, obviously. Yeah, obviously. My brain's not working. So yeah, it's going to be tricky, this one, because I've had this situation a couple of times now. We had it with Harlem Heat. We had it as well with... who was the other one I had the problem with as well? Where the attire is exactly the same. You've got the haircut's exactly the same. So you've got it with the Russians here. When they turn their backs to me, they're just 2 bald guys wearing the same outfit. And the same with Afa and Sika. When they turn their backs, it's just... At least with Afa and Sika, one of them has the ankle thing on, which I'm not sure which one it is, though, to be honest. That's the only problem. At least when the Russians turn around, it's a bit easier to figure out. Like I said, you've got Ivan Koloff with the beard, Nikita without. Oh, hang on a minute. Am I thinking... So Nikolai... Is it Nikolai or Nikita? Oh, okay. That is right, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, Nikita Koloff currently on -3 after 3 matches. Nikolai Volkov. Is there 2? Is there 3 different ones? Nikolai Volkov. Yes. Volkov. So Nikolai Volkov Alexei. So, what about Nikita? Nikita Koloff, of course, is not actually Russian, as we all know. Okay, so Nikita Koloff was Nelson Scott Simpson, of course, born in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The original Russian Nightmare. And, of course, they were part of the tag team of the Russians. And they actually were two-time tag team champions in NWA. Okay. So there was Nikita. I'm just making sure I've got it right. Nikita and Ivan. Ivan Koloff, there he is. Yep, again, Canadian. There you go, Nikita and Ivan Koloff back in 1986 together. Okay. And then you got Nikolai as well. I just think I knew one of them was pretty high up in the rankings, and there's Nikolai who's high up in the rankings system. He's on plus 10 after 17 matches. Had a fantastic first year. And I believe he may actually be a former European champion. I'll tell you what, Nikolai Volkov and Ivan Koloff are both former champions. Yeah, so Ivan Koloff, Nikita Koloff, yeah, Nikolai Volkov. Okay, that's fine. I'm getting confused now with everyone. Yeah, okay. We're fine. We get there in the end, that's the main thing, isn't it? What if those three guys ever teamed up as a trio then? Nikolai Volkov. Oh yeah, I did think when I downloaded these, it's like, that doesn't look like Nikolai Volkov. And the reason it doesn't look like him is because it's not him. It's someone completely bloody different. Of course, Nikolai Volkov did team alongside the Iron Sheik quite a few times as well. Part of the group known as the Bolsheviks with Boris Zhukov. There was quite a few like fake Russians they used to use back in the day, weren't there really? To try and put them all together at some point in some sort of massive group. Ivan Koloff, Nikita Koloff, Nikolai Volkov, Boris Zhukov. What was the other one? Was it Crush or something here, isn't it? I'm sure there was some Crush or something over. There's Boris Volkov as well. Don't know who that is. And there's a wow, okay. We've seen elimination there. Tony Mamaluke getting the first elimination of the match. That is Ivan Koloff gone. Interesting. What the hell? They, in the Slammy Awards, in the WWF Slammy Awards in 1987, Nikolai Volkov won the Best Personal Hygiene Award. Yep, I have no idea what the hell that means either, but there you go. Maybe we should do like a World War III themed stable. Then again, based on recent things with WWE, I can't believe that WWE actually arranged a pay-per-view called Invasion on October the 7th. I mean, no matter what side of the argument you're on, I think you can agree that's probably not the best move for them to do, and apparently Israel is unhappy with WWE for doing that. Yeah, maybe doing things around real-world dodgy events, so that's not the best idea in the world, is it? I don't think they did it on purpose, don't get me wrong. It just so it's a coincidence they weren't expecting, but you think that somebody would have had the brains to think, hang on a minute, this is a stupid idea. I didn't spot it at first, I must admit. I didn't realise it. It was only when somebody else pointed out on Twitter that I realised it was a dodgy thing. There's the choke there. So one half of the Russians are gone, and normally when we've done these matches in the past, the numbers game is a big factor in these matches. Whoever's lost their tag team partner first, there's a very slim chance of actually going on and getting the win, I must admit. It's all now down to Nikita Koloff just to really survive here, really. Yeah, so we should do Boris Zhukov, Nikolai Volkov, Ivan... No, actually, no, if we did that, that would kill me. I'm struggling with this one, to be honest. If we had Nikolai Volkov, Boris Zhukov, Ivan Koloff, and Nikita Koloff all in the match together, I think I would just give up. I really would. It would be brutal for me. It really would. Nice German suplex there. And when I was looking at the tag team rankings, have I done it wrong? No, that is right then. We've just never used this team before, Ivan and Nikita Koloff. Okay. We've used them both in singles competition, and we've used them in different forms of tag team competition, but lovely and pretty there by Mamaluke, who could be looking to get the full eliminations here on both members of the Russians. No. It's broken free. Lovely. Look at Mamaluke has really impressed me here today. He's showing some fantastic ability. And I do think the next elimination is going to be very, very important, I think. Very, very important. Because if it's one member of either Afa and Sika or the FBI, I think it's really going to turn this match on its head. There's the pin now on Tony Mamaluke. And it's still only a 2 count. And now popped up into the Samoan drop on little Guido. That could be enough for the elimination. Mamaluke dropped face first. If this is an elimination here, or the Wild Samoans would have been in a firm control of the match at that point in time if that was an elimination. But the striker now up on the shoulders. In with that inverted. Oh, it's the knee strike. Move set there, I'll tell you. It's a little bit iffy. But, I mean, if that was an elimination, that would have been huge. The FBI would have had a huge advantage if that was the case. Look at little Guido dropping the unprettier on one of the Wild Samoans. I think that's Sika. And Sika's gone. Oh, there's no way the FBI is going to win this frickin' match, is there, surely? Out of all three of these teams, how is the FBI going to pull this off? They've got the numbers advantage now. What needs to happen, really, is that what I believe is Afa and Nikita Volkov need to work together to essentially create their own tag team just to even up the numbers. Once they get it down, that's the big thing. Oh my god, it's going to happen. The FBI is going to win this freaking match, you know. I mean, ECW have done incredibly well so far in tag team action. Oh, they've got it. Oh my god, the Russians are gone. The Russians are gone, so they move down to a -1 after one match. But now it is what I believe is Afa alone against both members of the FBI. Either Afa's going to have an incredible performance here, or the FBI is going to pick up a victory. Which, like I was saying, I mean, in tag team action, it's been very, very strong for ECW so far. I mean, we saw the Pitbulls pick up a win against the Freebirds and the Islanders. We saw the Can-Am Express defeating the Headbangers, Berlin and the Wall. It's been a very strong performance, and it just gets even stronger. My God, how the bugger has little Guido and Tony Mamaluke won that freaking match? No way! Okay. Well, that has completely thrown me off. I must admit, the Wild Samoans lose their return match. We need to use more of them. They're on the game, so we need to make sure we get some use out of them as much as we can. But that is shocking, in my opinion. I'm absolutely shocked that's just happened. But the FBI, Little Guido and Tony Mamaluke have not only got a victory, but they're getting 3 points. 2 bonus points for beating multiple opponents, which means that after 3 matches now as a tag team, they're officially up to a +1 in the tag team rankings. In the singles rankings then, we're going to see Afa and Sika lose a point, which is obviously going to drop them down a little bit. Let me just make sure this is correct before I start. Yeah, okay. So Afa and Sika moving both down to a +4. And then we have... yeah, little Guido with that victory, of course. We're only going to get 1 point in the singles division for that victory. But that moves them both up to a -1 after 3 matches, which is great for them. I really got to fix some of these victories, haven't I? But there we go. So, massive win then for the FBI. Who the hell saw that coming? Not me, I'll tell you that indeed. But there we go. There we freaking go. I can't believe what I'm seeing, to be honest with you. I really can't. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. That now puts ECW back. I mean, they're in the lead anyway. ECW now with 10 victories. We have got WCW with 7 victories and WWF with 6 victories. We've still got 2 more matches coming for you today. Owen Hart versus Dean Malenko versus Jerry Lynn. And we've got Christian Cage versus La Parka versus Balls Mahoney. That is in WWE, WCW, ECW order, if that makes sense. So, yeah. There's still a chance that WCW and WF can get some points back today. But ECW's running away with it. After I've said at the very beginning of the pay-per-view I thought they were going to struggle, they've just been the best team around. Bugger me. Right, like and subscribe, all the other good stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.